Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Cities Skylines. I'm your lovely host, Galvin, and this is a game I've been waiting for, and I've been having a lot of fun with, so I already have some experience in this. I decided to go through and build a sizable city, so that way I can understand the game mechanics and how things work, and so I can be a better teacher, I suppose. And I think the map we're going to go with is Two Rivers, and since this is for my LP... Hey, use capitals. There we go. I'm going to call the city Palmyra. And we're just going to jump in really quick, and I'm going to start going over some things. And start teaching you guys to play City Skylines. It'll be out in 7 days. I've been thankfully provided a press copy by Paradox Interactive. Nice guys, nice guys. Alright, so here's our initial city plot. And here's our initial access to the highway. Alright, so unfortunately the first thing you have to place, for whatever reason, is a small road, which is bad. And we don't actually want. Alright. What we actually want are 6-lane roads. Here we go. Now, why are 6-lane roads important, you ask? Well, that's a good question. That is indeed a very good question. The reason 6-lane roads are good is because, well, let's face it here. You want to future-proof. Future-proofing is important. And the only real way you can successfully do that is with these kinds of roads. But the unfortunate problem is I do not want to make an intersection here. So how do I handle this? That's a good question. I run 2 roads parallel. That far. Have that. Yeah, that can work. Alright. And then from here we're going to have some branching off road work. Now, going to want that. No, I want to split this up. You can only zone inside these blocks, as it were. So you need to space your roads out a certain distance. Yes, thank you for telling me to zone my city. So that way you can, say, drop down a bunch of industrial zoning. Ta-da! Alright. We'll need a bunch of residential as well, but one thing at a time, I suppose, eh? Set up this road here, leaving this as our main intersection, and we will set up, let's see, how far over is the pollution, would the pollution extend? Wow, that 2-lane road there is actually just good enough. Just to be on the safe side, however, I will put a single block of commercial. Yeah, whoa, will you stop waking out on me there? I need you to work. We'll just do it this way, I guess. Now, space already occupied. What the heck's wrong? Apparently there's a problem. So we'll just bulldoze and rebuild again. Sometimes things are a little finicky. Like this. And they don't like... this being a thing they have to go through. Yeah. Hopefully if we build it like this, it'll work. There. Properly built. Now we're just going to drop down a zone of commercial. And we're just going to build a small little bit of suburb here. Now unfortunately you are limited what you can build with at the start of the game. And you basically, what the hell is wrong with this? I have to do this same way every time, I guess. Really? You gonna make that happen, huh? Alright. Have to make me do it this way, don't you? At any rate... Unfortunately, like I said, the game is still... This is still only the press copy, so there are probably some bugs that need dealing with. Which are being worked on. Yep. Yep. Okay. Alright, and we'll just toss down this road here. There. Now, we're just going to drop down our various residential zones. Here. I am going to use the medium brush here. Designate this part as commercial. And then just go back to the fill tool to get residential there. And now we have development. Development, however, requires two things. A power plant. And, if you can believe it, water. As well as sewage. Now, you want to always have your water upstream from your sewage. It'll become evident why fairly quickly. But needless to say, if you can't figure that out on your own, you probably shouldn't be playing a city builder game. As to why it'd be good to have water upstream from sewage. Alright, let's start feeding the water through. Unfortunately, there's no actual water flow yet, because I haven't provided power to the whatchamahoots, the stuff yet. So we'll need to drop down some power lines. Huh, guess they can go out over water. Good to know. And then rig the power up here. Unfortunately, power still isn't actually getting to them yet, because, well, there's a thing in the way. Can I... Okay. These power lines are just temporary, and I'll be taking them down once we have enough development, but until then we need to get the power through. There, so now we have power and water. Is the water getting to everything? Yes, good, okay. So, now we have ourselves a little suburb developing. Getting lots of houses. Now, the thing about houses, and buildings in general, is in order to upgrade them, you need land value, education, and things like that. And we now have the economy panel. Thank you. I still have money to spend, so I will probably be spending it. Most of it you will be able to guess will be on zoning about as much residential as I can. There we are. Zone the residential up. Because we need people so we can, you know, have money. Alright. Good so far. Getting some commercial developing. A little bit of residential here. We're going to speed things up. Unfortunately, we are in the hole right now. But that's okay. For the moment. Because we are still developing a lot. And we have a lot more room to grow. And I have a feeling our income will fix itself in a little bit of time. As we develop more factories and more houses. I don't think it'll be too big of an issue. Alright. Good stuff. See, we're climbing. We're climbing. We're down to just negative 400. There we go, the Russian people moving in. It continues to climb. 300. And we can see more and more houses being built. It goes in a cycle. First some houses pop up, then because it's workers, you get some factories, and everybody's happy. And then occasionally some commercial gets built. There we are. 94, 83, 72. We're almost in the green. And poof. Green. Congratulations. At the exact moment I also hit 420 people, the first milestone, which allows me to adjust tax rates and set loans. Immediately, the first thing I will do is take a loan. Because, you know, loans are good. A lot of people, especially coming from other Paradox games like EU4, will probably be of the mindset that loans are bad. In city builders, it tends to actually be quite the opposite. You want to be having a loan out at all times until you get pretty far. Because by taking out a loan, you generally are expanding things in such a way that you can actually make more money off of just having the capital than simply not having the capital. Like, if it weren't for that, it would take me significantly longer to expand what I'm building here. And likewise, you would probably start seeing some problems. Alright. So far, we have 400 some odd people and climbing. We're back in the hole because I put down a bunch of stuff, but that's okay. No, I feel like I should have industry here as well. And just sort of run this region as a bit of an industry zone. I think we'll do that for now. Unfortunately, I'm waiting a little bit until we unlock the ability to buy a zone. When does that happen? Ah, okay. So we get to buy a new zone when we have 850 people. Which at this point, I've got the infrastructure to support. So it won't be long. Let's do that. Okay. Perfect. I'm getting better at this, remembering where this road thing is going. And put some commercial there. Just leave a little gap there. Keep everyone nice and happy. We have water going there? Yep, good. Alright. So now it's pretty much we just gotta wait for the development cycle to move through. We're getting more factories, more people, and very soon we'll be hitting a size up. Unfortunately, we can't build a proper city using high density stuff until we hit 7,000. I believe that's also when we access the ability to modify the highways. I could be wrong, could be mistaken. 4,800, or 2,400. So at 2,400 we can start modifying the highways. Excellent. Excellent, excellent. Now, there is just ambient traffic on the highway. Not everyone's coming to visit your town. Which can actually be a problem, strangely enough. Traffic can be pretty bad sometimes. A worthy village. Alright, so we have the ability now to access districts, policies, specializations, and etc. So, first thing we're going to do is go to the region map. Now you'll see the 4 adjacent regions are highlighted for me. I can choose to buy any of them, and I'm going to start with this one. Good. Occasionally some of these tweets up here, which are, this is basically just sort of the info bar, which is funny. One of the tweets I've seen before is that, when you get a thing, that the city can now annex adjacent zones, which is a lovely little paradox joke. Unfortunately, I was hoping that would pop up this time, but did not. Oh well, drat. So far, though, things are going okay. 2,400 I need for the large roundabout. I'm basically just designing this as a sort of boost city, I guess, to get me the population I require to build an actual city. Because, as it turns out, that is very hard. And you simply can't build a proper, I say that in quotation, city with the tools that they give you. At least in my opinion. You have to start out with, like, sort of building a suburb first. And while you can definitely redesign it, you'll just never get the efficiency that I so desperately crave. Unless you start from scratch with all the right tools. If anyone knows me, I hate inefficiency. When things are the teensy tiniest bit off, it irks me. I think that's probably a weakness of mine in the city builder. Because there are a lot of things that I'm going to have to get used to just not being perfect. All of my roads must be evenly goddamn spaced. Or else. Stuff like that. You know. Standard OCD. Can't hate me for it. Right, so now we can set districts. Thank you, tutorial. Is there any way I can disable the tutorials? Because they were helpful the first time around, but much less so this time. Nope. Doesn't appear to be. Damn. Yes, thank you. I know what I'm doing. And I don't... Do I have any policy? Smoke detector distribution? Maybe, but not yet. I don't think. I don't think that is required yet. Alright. So far, this is working out pretty good. And we have a lot working. Already hit the second milestone, and I think we're close to the third one. Yeah, 1,300 people. Very good. So things have started out well. We are getting a bit of traffic, unfortunately. I think it gives me an idea for improving traffic. Okay, so we do this. Sure. Damn, this power line being in the way. Okay, we'll fix it in a bit. I just need to do that. And everyone's going to complain there's no water momentarily. Let's fix that. So, these hamstring things that I just built? Well, the idea... Woohoo! We are now a tiny town. But I can now do this. Okay. Not quite to that degree. I would like to have some of this return. You know, to this point, perhaps. There. So now I have that. And by doing this, if I do this same on the other side, which is much cleaner, thankfully. And make people stop being unhappy. Put down some roads and rezone the places that de-zoned for some reason. There we are. There we go. Now, I've just removed 2 intersections, whilst increasing the use of the side streets, since they're all operating below capacity. Genius! Simply genius. Sometimes you just have to, you know, think of new ways to engineer and solve traffic issues. And that's what I'm doing. Unfortunately, we still seem to have some... Okay, that's not actual traffic, they're just parked there. That's fine. Alright. Well, either way, that's going to do it for the first episode of Cities Skylines, everybody. We've got ourselves a nice little suburb going here. And tune in next time where we got things like the elementary school, and I'm actually going to start focusing on city services. So, without further ado, thank you, everybody, for watching. When say you're going to build a school of our own. That's basically just the complaints bar. Screw info bar, it's a complaints bar. Thank you, everybody, for watching. As always, this has been your lovely host, Calvin, signing off.